And as a son, I failed her, and I put her in position to have to, go through that kind of trauma and that kind of anxiety, not knowing what the hell happened with me and not knowing if I was gonna be okay or if I was gonna survive. So they tell my mom that she can't come up there and visit me because as an inmate, anybody coming to see me poses a threat to me escaping or me trying to escape or something bad happening, right? One, I can't even walk. I can't even get out the goddamn bed. My stomach feels like somebody beat my stomach with a bat. Like I did a badass ab exercise and I can't even move, right? So that one, I'm not no risk to no goddamn body, right? And then two is just like, man, how do you tell a mother that she can't come see her child after he's had an emergency procedure and y'all don't even tell her what happened to try to give her any kind of assurance and y'all just let her imagination run wild, right? But at the same time, it's not all on their fault. If I would have been doing better in life and not put myself in that position, nobody would have to have gone through that, right? I understand that. So that's what I was feeling was my mom was downstairs as I was looking out that window, knowing and feeling that something was wrong with my mom. She was actually downstairs trying to come see me, y'all. And as a son, I failed her and I put her in position to have to, go through that kind of trauma and that kind of anxiety, not knowing what the hell happened with me and not knowing if I was gonna be okay or if I was gonna survive whatever the hell it is that happened to me. So the next day I get up and they come tell me, they're like, hey, get dressed, you're going back to the county jail. This is Wednesday. So I get my appendix and everything starts, going haywire on Friday. I don't get sent to the hospital till Monday. I don't get operated on till Tuesday. And then the very next morning on Wednesday, they're sending me back to the county jail. Crazy, right? So I get up, man, real slow. They unhandcuff me from the bed. I get up real slow and I tell the guard, hey man, like, look, I can't bend over. Like I'm very sore and tender right now. Would you do me a favor and hold my pants right here while I put one leg in there and then I can get the other one on by myself so I don't risk the chance of falling down? He said, nah, do that shit by your goddamn self. And he closed the curtain to my little section where I was at. So man, it took me like 10 minutes just to get dressed, just to put my boxers on, just to put my pants on, put my shirt on, and just put my shower slides on. So once I get dressed, man, we leave out. Mind you, I'm sore, man. I'm walking and I'm looking like the hunchback of Notre Dame. He still handcuffs me by my ankles and by my wrist, and I'm walking out. The mother of the dude with the hernia walks out. So where my little bed was at and my curtain, her and her son were right in front of us. Man, y'all, look, when I tell y'all that as soon as I came out and that lady see me, that little short old lady, she started crying, man, like uncontrollably. And she started speaking to me in Spanish. And she was like, mijo, like, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Por qué estás aquí? Like me, like little boy, like what's going on? What's wrong? Like, why are you here? Why are you locked up like an animal? What are you doing to yourself? She goes, you look so smart and so intelligent to be doing this. She goes, I don't know what you've done. She was like, but something is telling me that you got a family out there that loves you and you're breaking their hearts by getting locked up. She follows me in this cop to the elevator. She follows us to this elevator and the whole time she's crying. She gets to telling me how she came from, I think, from Mexico, how she had her kids in an abusive relationship, how they had to live in multiple shelters until she finally made the decision for her to, to get away from there and give her kids a better life. But the whole time she's telling me this, I can relate to it because this lady doesn't know, but that's the same thing that me, my mom, and my siblings went through. We lived in different shelters, abusive household, all that, man, until my mom made a decision to get us away from that lifestyle. So, man, this lady prayed for me, man, talked with me, prayed for me, everything, man, and gave me a kiss on the side of my cheek. And she goes, please, she goes, don't get out doing the same thing. Because if you do, she goes, it's only going to get worse. I told her, yes, ma'am. I told her, thank you for the prayers. And she walked away. I never seen that lady again after that. And when I went to the waiting room, man, I'm sitting in the waiting room and I'm contemplating to myself and I'm talking to myself and I'm saying, what are you going to do when you get out? Are you going to get worse? You're going to keep doing this dumbass shit? or you're gonna go do something better and you're gonna change your life. Part of me wanted to change my life, but part of me wanted to go out there and do some dumb shit again. And I'm just being honest. I was just young and dumb and couldn't nobody tell me nothing, man. It's just like the circumstances that I was facing, for some reason or another, they weren't enough for me to want to change my life. And I didn't even realize how I was not only hurting myself, but I was hurting my family as well, because they were doing this time with me, with riding me, sending me money, and having to see my mom go through all the duress that she was going through, being by my side while being locked up in the county jail. So I get back to the county jail. They end up putting me on the medical floor for a week, and they gave me 7 days worth. They gave me Vicodin for 7 days. 7 days they gave me Vicodin. They didn't give me a bottom bunk pass. So as soon as I get up in the tank, there's already 7 people in the cell, because the bird cages over there, there's 8 people to a cell. So it's like a big cell with 4 bunk beds, and they're already taken up. So I had to get on the top bunk bed. So I had to crawl real slow on the side, put my feet on the bars, and crawl up there, because don't nobody give a damn what you're going through in the county jail. Shit, if they didn't give you a bottom bunk pass, you don't need one. And I wasn't even finna bother asking nobody. So I went ahead and crawled my ass up there, and and dealt with my consequences of whatever it is that I had going on. So they gave me 7 days of Vicodin. After that 7 days of being on that medical floor with all them goddamn psych patients, everybody howling at night, making monkey noises at night, staying up all night on their goddamn medicine, and then some of them sleeping all day, some staying up all day. It's crazy down there, bro. Like, people really got psych problems, or some of them are just faking it so they can beat their case or get a better deal. So boom, man, I get back from court. I go to court one day and I come back and I go to the picket. They're like, "What's your spin number?" I told them the last 3 of my spin number, 620. They're like, "Pack your shit up. You're going to the 7th floor to be a flow worker." I'm like, "Man, I still got open wounds in my stomach, man. How the hell am I going to be a flow worker?" They're like, "That's not our fucking problem. Get your shit and get out of here." Like and follow for part 5.